Hello, hello, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to everybody. Happy weekend. Happy weekend to everyone. My topic today is I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know I'm sorry can go a very long way in our lives today? Just to say I'm sorry whenever you offend someone or somebody offends you. Just to say I'm sorry. Have you said I'm sorry to your wife whenever you offend her? Have you said I'm sorry to your husband whenever you offend your husband? Have you said I'm sorry to your children? Have you ever said I'm sorry to your friends? Have you ever said I'm sorry to your neighbors? Have you ever said I'm sorry to your brothers and sisters and rest of them? I'm sorry goes a very long way in our lives if you don't know. Maybe you are having problem with somebody. You find out that you are the person that is at fault. Just say I'm sorry so that everything will calm down. Once you say I'm sorry, that thing will calm down. In our families, when a husband and wife is having problem, maybe it's the man that offends the woman. The man can never say I'm sorry to that woman. The man will be claiming I'm the owner of the house. I'm the head of the house. How can I say I'm sorry to this woman? How can I say I'm sorry to her? You don't know that by saying I'm sorry, everything will cool down. You women, have you ever said I'm sorry to your husband whenever you offend your husband? Some women find it very difficult. They feel so pompous that they cannot even say I'm sorry to their husband. Likewise, the man. The man will be feeling I'm the head of the family. How can I say I'm sorry to this woman? It's very wrong. Have you ever said I'm sorry to your children whenever you wrong them? Maybe at times, maybe another child did something. You find out that maybe by mistake, you will not know that it's not this child that does this thing. You will beat that child. Then later you find out that this child that I beat is not the person that did this. Have you ever go back and say I'm sorry to that child? Likewise in children. Children find it very difficult to say I'm sorry to their friends. Maybe a child is having problem with the colleague in the school or any place at all. After settling the matter, you will tell the child, hey, say I'm sorry, you are the person that look for problem. The child, his or her heart will be so hardened that you will find it very difficult to say I'm sorry. It's very bad. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if from the society or the child learn it from. I can't really tell. It's very bad. Have you ever said I'm sorry to your neighbors? Some people will offend their neighbor because they are richer than them or kind of. They will feel so pompous to go and say I'm sorry. Is it this wretched man that I will just go and say I'm sorry? I'm sorry can go a very long way. Maybe you are advising somebody. You know that at that point you are right of what you are saying. The person feels so bad. Just say I'm sorry and walk away. You can say I'm sorry whenever you are right. It doesn't take anything out from you. Just say that I'm sorry and move away. You can even see where they're having problem or where things are going on, you are having argument. Just say please I'm sorry. Just walk out from that place. I'm sorry makes something that is very hot to cool down. Have you said baby I'm sorry? Have you said daddy I'm sorry? Have you said mommy I'm sorry? Have you said to your children I'm sorry? Have you said to your neighbors I'm sorry? Have you ever done that in your life, whether you are wrong or right? So say I'm sorry is very good. I'm sorry makes things that is very hot to cool down. So I'm sorry. Let us learn how to say I'm sorry in our lives. Let us learn how to say sorry in our society. I'm sorry is very nice in everything we are doing. Let us learn how to say I'm sorry. Like my post, share it, comment. Bye. Let me start my gym.